Here's my review of The Batman. A weekend or so ago, I lived a little life. Tried to take a break from all the wag the dogging going on and inflationary price jumps.
Might be some small and large spoilers.
$12.50 for an IMAX showing of The Batman. They're lucky I liked it.
Popcorn for almost $9.
If you haven't seen it, then don't watch. Come back later and check it out.
Or don't.
No skin off my ass.
The Batman was awesome. Sans one catty comment.
I'll hold off on that for now. I'll get to it later, because it wasn't a big deal.
And it didn't ruin the overall enjoyment of the first viewing. So don't let my video solely form your opinion on it.
Or let others that you've seen make reviews on it.
It's too dark. You can't see anything. Oh, he's emo. He's an emo Batman.
No, he's a fucking rich kid. All rich kids are fucking emo.
Don't let my video solely form your opinion on it. Form your own.
Little life lesson.
It felt like a mixture of the Michael Keaton version of Batman with the grittiness of the Dark Knight trilogy and the feel of the cartoon TV show from the 90s in an adult package. I don't like the fucking Twilight movies at all. I tried to watch them and couldn't, but Robert Pattinson killed his portrayal of the Batman. It worked really well.
In my opinion.
I don't give a fuck what you say about it. The character is a rich kid whose parents were murdered with vengeance on his mind all his life. He was hardened into the man he became through battle. So it fits well that he's not a jacked, muscle-bound weightlifter type.
In reality, those guys can't really lift that much more than a busy construction worker. It's all for show.
Or some type of outgoing, playboy, charismatic type. You don't need all the flipping and spinning and fucking martial arts bullshit that doesn't work in a fight anyway. He didn't need any of that. He didn't need 1,000 fucking gadgets to do what he did. And Batman used to make the gadgets. And the other ones, they made it like he couldn't even think of anything. Just because Christian Bale's a retard doesn't mean Batman is. The Batman learns and grows into being the Dark Knight through trial and error. Not some dipshit's fucking samurai school / assassins club in the middle of fucking nowhere with an Irish accent.
Sorry, that part really bothered me in the Patrick Bateman needs a lozenge
Version.
I'm Batman. Anyway, I always saw it like a private eye mixed with a bounty hunter story of sorts. There was a message in the lore of some of the comic series that being consumed with revenge also hardens the heart, and there has to be something more than just cold revenge. It was great, except for the one little aside, the caveat I stated at the beginning. A snide little comment by a catty little woman that I'll briefly touch on.
It could have been dropped in the edit without changing any of the message in any way. It could have been left out altogether in the script. Wouldn't have changed the message of the film.
It could have even been stated in another way and had the same impact, if not more.
And had the same impact, if not more.
It will most likely be the one thing that will probably be talked about as the controversy of the film in many circles.
Who all sound the same, by the way.
In my opinion.
Get their white privilege asses. Really, Zoe? I hope that wasn't your idea, being mixed race and all. I hope it was just a line, and not one that you pushed for. Although, if you pay attention to the Batman's reaction, there wasn't one. He just let her say her piece and carried on with the mission. There was no exposition about it afterward, or speech, or monologue.
Which, in my opinion, saved the film.
Just a comment from a chick who feels some type of way. To which I treated as a comment by a hurt person on her own quest for revenge and dealing with the consequences of it. But I can imagine, after it was stated, there being claps from the peanut gallery on set. But that's just in my imagination's opinion. I'm speaking only in conjecture, just a funny visual that popped into my head. I have no knowledge of what happened on set or what was in someone's mind. I'm not a mind reader.
But that one little comment had no bearing on the enjoyment of the film.
Or its interpretation of the characters. Next time I watch it, which I will do when it gets to that part,
I'll skip ahead.
Regardless of all that, Zoe still did an awesome job, and she was a good choice and fit for the character.
A little Eartha, a little Holly Bar.
She wasn't a Mary Sue either. Quick spoiler, mute it or skip ahead 15 or 30 seconds. There was this one fight scene where she used her reflexes to slide around and underneath a guy as they were fighting. Instead of brute force, she used inertia to knock out her opponent.
The move had him hit his chin on the edge of a table.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Cat-like.
Pulling up old Robert Pattinson's lanky ass up off a scaffolding towards the end. Now, I don't know how easy that would have been for her.
But it's in the movie anyway.
She did good. They did the fight flirt two-step thing, but it wasn't all lovey-dovey or soap opera nonsense.
Everyone can say what they want to say. That literally means everyone.
When I say everyone's entitled to their opinion,
I actually mean it.
everyone, whatever opinion it may be.
I don't have to like it, nor does anyone have to like mine.
That's the thing about them.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one and can be one.
Now you don't have to listen to it if you don't agree. Neither does anyone else.
That's how all that works.
Just as in war, as in the blame game, everyone loses. The problem is corruption. The evil is hatred.
It is not a woke disaster that I feared it could be, or that some say on the internet that it is, or a cringe fest of tropes, or campy member berries either.
It was just a good action movie.
From a crew who seemed to care about how it came out,
They finally gave Batman back his detective skills.
which is one of his main characteristics.
And my favorite part about the character.
Batman stands for justice. No modifier is needed in front of it. Justice for all. Just like Superman, that's why they are called heroes. Batman is often misunderstood in that respect, as is bloodthirsty Frank Castle or funny-ass violent Deadpool. But heroes are out to do the right thing, or at least are trying to not hurt the wrong people.
The basic gist of it anyway.
The message was already in the story without it needing to be broached. That's why we like them. It goes without saying. It's in their character.
Didn't some dude say that once?
Something about character and the contents thereof.
Oh well. The problem is corruption and hatred, no matter where one may find it, or who it may come from. In this iteration of the film, the character who we know as Commissioner Gordon happens to be a person of color.
And ain't commissioned yet.
Didn't bother me in the least.
It wasn't harped upon, and it wasn't used as a cudgel.
It was just a fact.
It was acted well, and the dynamics between the Batman and Gordon were fun to watch.
Detectives doing detective shit.
So in this version, he happens to be black, which means in future versions, Gotham has a black police commissioner.
Congratulations.
Not really a big deal.
Many cities have them now.
Fictional ones and real life.
The woman running to be the mayor of Gotham, the next mayor-elect, happens to be a black woman. When she was giving her political speech,
It didn't sound woke.
It sounded like common sense. Kinda similar to some so-called conservative policy in our current state of things.
she was upset about the drugs running rampant in Gotham. She was upset about the violent crime running rampant in Gotham.
And wanted to fix it.
Admirable goal.
I agree.
But they didn't beat you over the head with the fact. They were just circumstances, which I appreciated.
You know, like real life.
Overall, as a camera guy and a fan of movies and this particular character,
Now, to be honest, when I heard the casting going into it, I misjudged and prejudged the outcome.
and did the same to Pattinson from his previous work.
I didn't like the Twilight movies. At all.
Which I knew beforehand was a mistake anytime you do that, but was doing it anyway. I recognized that and started to wait till I saw some footage to reserve judgment. There's plenty of actors who I like who have made films I didn't, and some I can't stand who've played characters I really enjoy. I started seeing clips come out from production and had to say,
These are some pretty nice shots.
And the one fight scene that leaked,
Was shot the way a Batman fight needs to be filmed.
wide shots, steady, framed well, multiple assailants.
that's what I want to see.
Not no fucking shaky cam that's either always out of focus or half out of focus or in and out of focus at random. Can't tell if I'm looking at a nipple on the bat suit or a fucking bullet hole.
Innie or an outie.
It can be good for certain instances to do that style, but can ruin others like it did the Transformers fucking movies.
You can't see shit.
So I thought this might actually be good. And after watching it, I have to say it was. It was really good. And made me appreciate the solid effort, the attention to detail. The damage accumulates on props and costumes. There are shots that gave story elements without the need of monologues. The choices for the supporting cast, quite the pleasant surprises as well. The Penguin felt like a real person, and I forgot it was Colin Farrell. John Turturro as Falcone was a good choice, and the way they chose to portray the Riddler, like kind of a nerdy mix of the Zodiac Killer with jigsaw-type torture devices and John Doe from Seven's freak fucking apartment and his crazy notebooks. The sets, the rain, the reflections,
Nice.
visually, aesthetically, cinematically, the score, the fight scenes, the version of Gotham they created.
Not kidding.
And I'm not one to compliment a lot. I kind of pick apart things more than give out accolades. I know it's two different production crews, but I would really like to see Joaquin Phoenix's version of the Joker with Robert Pattinson's version of the Batman. If Warner was smart, they would.
But they're not.
With so many walking away from Tinseltown's output these days, it would be wise to listen to actual fans. I know that won't happen.
But it should.